What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the second channel, guys. Now, I know I just made an Iann video this week, and I don't like to drop Iann videos this closely together. I like to spread it out so we can get a lot of information to put in one video, but literally within 2 days, there's enough news to make a whole nother video that's going to be like the same length as the last one, so we have a lot to dive into. We're going to just get into this. Now, you guys can tell by the title, OTBT got delayed again. I kind of said that this might happen in the last video. I feel like a lot of people thought that this would probably happen, and honestly, at this point, what's new? Nothing surprising. This has happened time and time again, but I do think this is the first time Iann's label has actually held back OTBT from dropping, and it's not just Iann wanting to wait. This all started when Iann's label wasn't letting him drop V12. We had a couple Instagram lives. I went over this in a few other videos that we did before V12 release, that Iann's label wasn't giving him an actual release date. It was supposed to drop in August. It ended up releasing in like September, and then Iann basically just gave us a really far out release date for Let You, which did drop on that date, which was November 12th. And then he confirmed on that BFF podcast, like I said in the last video, that he was going to be dropping this album on December 3rd. But that was before Polo G and Juice both announced that they were dropping literally right around the same time OTBT would be dropping. Now, that was my theory, and that still is my theory to why the album is delayed. There's literally no other reason why. I don't think it matters that Iann's going to be going up against other artists that are going to be bigger. That's obviously going to happen either way, but there would be so many better times. Even like this Friday would be a better time to drop the album than releasing it the week Polo is going to release his deluxe, and then the week after they're going to release the Juice album, and then shortly after that we're getting the Juice documentary, and then it's Christmas, so Christmas music is getting streamed. December is just a terrible time to release a project when you're the size of an artist like Iann is. Literally any time from like August until now, minus the few exceptions like Thug dropping or like really big artists dropping, they would have been so much better times to release this album. So it's really annoying, and I mean, I don't want to go out and just blame Iann for this, but then again, he was the one that was taking so long to work on the album, which, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for the album, and I'm glad that he feels like it's perfect and that it should be released at the point where it is now, but I feel like this is just expected. I don't think Iann's label would let him drop around that time. I never really thought he would. I thought if we weren't going to get the very first week of December, it would not drop until January before his tour, and obviously since Polo announced he's dropping in the Juice album, I figured it just wasn't going to drop in December. This all started when Iann went on an interview with Academics, and he said that he had a song with Doja Cat dropping in January, and we know that anyone else is still on the album, so that basically confirmed that the album was releasing in January.
I got another song with Doja Cat on my album, which will probably be coming out in January.
Nice.
Well, after this, a lot of people started getting mad again and everything, obviously, and then Iann went on Twitter and said, album is delayed. I turned it in weeks ago. My label is holding at 10K Project. Stop pushing my album back. I want to drop December 3rd. Now, this is not a smart move for Iann at all. I understand that he's definitely going through label issues and stuff right now with them holding the album back, but like I already said, there's a couple reasons why. It's just because of stuff dropping around Christmas. Christmas is not a good time to drop an album unless you have hype build up around it like Whole Lotta Red, or unless you're a bigger artist. Now, I think Iann, it's not going to sell that good first week either way, so does it really matter when it drops? No. I don't know what his label is trying to prove or really what they're trying to do. I feel like they should just let this album drop and then let Iann get started on something else, or at least work on promoting the album. I think that Iann tweeting this out and publicly calling out his label is just going to cause more issues than it's really going to fix. We've seen this time and time again with like Uzi and other artists. I don't really think it's smart to just go out on social media and publicly call out your label, especially for Iann with Iann's size. We saw what happened with Uzi when he did that, and Uzi was way bigger than Iann is right now. So this just is never a good situation when an artist goes out and publicly calls their label out. I understand that the labels are a lot of the times in the wrong, and I'm not saying that they're not in the wrong here. I'm just saying that I just don't think this is going to solve or fix anything. Lots of people were flooding 10K Project's comment section on Instagram and Twitter with just literally, like, the only comments you see are let Iann drop, December 3rd, which they definitely have seen that this is all going on now, and they know what's going on, but I really don't think that's going to change much. I hope it does, and I hope that there's still a way to get this album on the 3rd, but I just highly doubt it. Alright, so that's all for the OTBT news. Now, we do have a new thing to go over, though, that Iann has already confirmed the next project he's working on right now, and he gave us the confirmation for the release date, the name of it. Keep in mind that if Iann is dropping though in December or January, I highly doubt this mixtape that he wants to drop in spring on his birthday is actually going to drop when he wants it to. I mean, we've literally seen that Iann does not get to choose the release dates for his stuff. He can have times when he wants to release, but will stuff actually drop then? I don't really know. We saw V12 have a lot of delays. We obviously saw I'm Gone have some delays, even though that wasn't anything necessarily from the label. We're seeing OTBT go through delays. So this next project we're getting, I don't necessarily think this is a confirmed release date. It's just the time period that Iann wants to drop.
So I'm already working, since the album's turned in, I'm working on the tape that I'm going to drop in the spring. And it's going to be more like hip hop influence. Because like, I know that I've been doing like all the pop shit, but I'm just gonna drop.
He also goes over that he wants this to be a hip hop mixtape with stuff with like Metro Boomin and 21 Savage.
And like that tape is gonna have like Metro Boomin, like I'm featuring 21 Savage. You know, I'm getting Chief Keef on it. You know, it's just gonna be like like a summer vibe. You know what I'm saying?
And then lastly, like I said, he confirmed that he wants it to drop on his birthday, which is the 25th of March. And he also said the name of this project is going to be Rebirth.
You know, this hip hop tape, and I'm calling it Rebirth because I'm dropping it on my birthday.
Now, I do think that this is a really cool idea, and I definitely think he should do it. Don't get me wrong. If he can get OTBT to drop in either December or January, and then we get this Rebirth project in March, that would honestly be really cool. We would get two projects almost back to back, because even though it's just a mixtape, it's still going to have like 6 to 10 songs on it. Either way, let me know what you guys think. Are you more excited for this new mixtape Rebirth, or are you still excited for OTBT? I'm really excited for OTBT. I think this is going to be a really good album, and I just hope we get it soon. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.